stamp back then on the envelope, and off it goes. So I don't know what 20% of 3,000 is or whatever, but 600 quid or something. So he got that, and Rob and I fell out. Robert, Barry, and I fell out, and it was a terrible time for me because I loved them, still do, and it was all falling apart because the album was crap, and okay, there was some nice moments on it. Speedo played a couple of nice leads, and Dee played some nice guitar parts, and the keyboards, but the songs weren't up to it. You know what I mean? So, luckily for us, Zero, the Japanese record company, did not drop us. They went bust. So we could actually say, oh, we're not releasing a third Den of Thieves album because our record company has went under. Which took a little bit of the bad look off the fact that the second Den of Thieves album wasn't. I mean, it didn't even get a European release. Or did it? Yeah, no, it didn't. It didn't. So me and Roberto Barre, we started talking again a few months ago, because I was thinking about this the first Den of Thieves album, and I was thinking that the songs on that were underrated. I could maybe beef them up. So with the help of Sergey from probably that's his name, from Russia, and using artificial intelligence, believe it or not, he was able to take the kind of, I mean, Gary Ian did a really good job of the first Den of Thieves album, but it didn't have the big guitars. That it was more keyboard oriented, more pop, if you know what I mean. So it didn't get the metal side of things. Very, very high on the vocals. But the master tapes were gone. So until like 4 months ago, whenever this AI, artificial intelligence, was purported to be a thing that could be changing our lives, I'd never heard of it before. And then I saw this guy on Google, and he said, with AI, with artificial intelligence, I can take your demos, strip them apart, even if they're on cassette tape. And I went, I don't have them on cassette tape, but I have them on CD, obviously, as WAV or MP3 files. So I contacted him, and he said, yeah, brilliant. That is the quality that will definitely deliver AI for you best. Now this was for, I'm not going to say how much I paid him, but plus I then became a Patreon of his as well. So I sort of pay him every month as well, just in case we need him again. But he was able to take the first Den of Thieves album and to process it through his AI algorithms, and it shouldn't be able to be done with MP3s or WAVs. You normally need the master tapes to be able to remove vocals and hear them separately, or remove drums. Sometimes the drums are on for like 5 tracks or 6 tracks or whatever. But all of a sudden he sent me back this you send it or we send it it's called, and I opened it up and I went, what's this? And he went, listen. And the first one that he sent me was just was the Den of Thieves bass player, Pete, playing bass on Rat Bass. And it shouldn't have been able to have been removed, but you couldn't hear any other instrument, feeding into the track that he had removed. But you could hear Pete coughing, and it was kind of quite emotional actually, because this was like 34 years ago or whatever. So it was listening to that. I was actually listening to the tracks individually just so that I could hear if they were talking about me. And they did. They did not. Back then we were the best. But hold on a second. So I'm only doing this one lengthily because it's an introduction. I'll do more of them whenever I'm healthy and with updates and stuff. But Robert and I have got Monsters of Man. You can scroll down and you'll see some tracks that we did together as Den of Thieves, and some photographs of us together, sort of, doing what we do, have beers and talk a good band, you know. But we'll have to talk about a band because we've got these opportunities next year, for something that we didn't envisage that was going to be of any sort of interest to us, because I'd kind of decided that my weekend work was enough, you know, doing the solo cover shows, and Robbie, he had the Robbie Williams thing, and he wasn't even doing that anymore. But then these guys started to, you know, they heard through the grapevine what was influencing the band. They happened to be big advocates of the style, and then they said to not to me, that the Robbie, he's in control. I was one thing that I decided right from the start was, Robert, this is yours. I'm going to be the singer, and I'm going to do the videos, I'm going to do the PR, and I'll do this and everything that makes people go, what the fuck? But you do the business end of things. So yeah, so I've got some nice festivals next year, and it's amazing because I never thought that I would be doing it again, or that I would want to, and yet here we are, and there's some quite important people, not necessarily behind the festivals. Well, obviously they're important behind the festivals, but they're important people who are in our corner, championing what they're listening to, where it's going to go to, and where they think it's going to head to. So it's the future definitely is bright, and that's what keeps me going, you know. So Robbie said to me the other day, you're going to be hounded, you know, I'm going to send you song after song after song after song. And he did. And at the end of it, he says, I'm frying your head, Hampton. And I'm going, where's my song today? He's going, I don't know. I sent you like 7. So, but they're in sort of a mishmash of stages, sort of thing. So I can't actually do anything for a while until there are actual 12 master tracks for me to be able to lay my vocals down on. So in the meantime, I'm doing this. That's why I'm concentrating a lot on my artwork, and not promoting that from the point of view of wanting to make money out of it. Quite the opposite. What I want to do is just give people an insight into what the painting means, because you know, do you like that one? You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's an abstract thing. I did that with paints that I had left over, you know, on a canvas that